Hey, what's good, everyone? Good morning and welcome to another trade breakdown. I think I might have found an opportunity in the currency markets for you guys. So let me just run you guys on it. This is the euro against the New Zealand dollar, and I feel it's going to come, it's going to drop. It's going to drop heavy, about 100 to 200 pips on this particular euro NZD position that I'm about to analyze for you guys. So let's get right into it. Let me start. I'm on the monthly time frame at the moment. And from what I see, looking at the most recent direction of the monthly time frame seems to be coming down from the recent direction. If you look all the way from here, it's been a bullish run, but this particular tight price action right here, this particular one, the current one, it's screaming I'm coming down. It's screaming I am pointing to the downside. And so for that matter, the monthly time frame is to the downside. All right, let me do a little demarcation here. Let's see the levels we are playing with. So let me start from 2.05. 2.05. That means the next level will be 2.0. I swing trade, so mostly I do these demarcations. Okay, gives me potential targets where I'm expecting the markets to head to. 2.0, that means 1.9. Okay, so that means that um, currently as we speak, Euro NZD is trading in the 2.0 to 1.9 um price range. Okay, that's like 1,000 pip range. It's trading in the 2.0 to 1.9 price range, and I feel the market is going to drop to 1.9. I feel it's heavy, pointing to the downside, and it's going to drop to 1.9. So let me demarcate 1.9. Let me see. I know a lot of retail traders are buying Euro NZD, but I see sales rather 1.95. Okay. So let me drop down. So now we understand the monthly is bearish. Okay. Monthly is coming down. Let me write this here. Monthly equals bearish equals bearish. All right, let me drop down to the weekly time frame. Let me see. Let's see what the weekly time frame is also saying. To the weekly. Okay. So from the weekly time frame, hmm. Now the current direction in the weekly time frame is also pointing to the downside. This is the most recent price action on the weekly time frame. It's also pointing to the downside. But the problem with the weekly time frame, and it makes it more clearer, is when Euro NZD go to the 1.95 level. See how it's holding. This looks clearly like a triple bottom actually. And this is what retail traders would love to buy into. They would love to buy into this, So I won't be shocked that quite a number of retail traders are actually buying Euro NZD at the moment because I mean this is a nice area to buy. You can clearly see support, 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 and now as I go here again, you could clearly see that it's trying to bounce again. So I mean I won't really blame them much. But like I said, the most recent direction on the weekly is also to the downside. So I weekly time frame also bearish. Weekly equals bear. Like I told you guys, the weekly time frame is my go-to time frame for direction. Okay, though I start from the monthly to understand what is happening, but the weekly, that is my go-to time frame for direction. So looking at the weekly time frame, if Euro NZD should fall over, I'm expecting about a 500 pip drop from 1.95 to 1.90. Yes, you heard it here first on SOGCAPITAL. This is free. This is free. Now, also, this is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. If you want to take any trades we put here, go do your own due diligence. Please and please again. All right, so currently bouncing off 1.95 cleanly and clearly you can see it doing the bounce. And like I said, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are already buying Euro NZD. Now let me drop down to the daily. Let's see what the daily says. Okay. So on the daily time frame, Now the daily looks like a retracement. So the current direction of the daily is also actually bearish. It's not bullish. This is the bounce we are seeing on the weekly. This is the bounce. And that is bearish. So currently the daily is also bearish. So I have um daily also equals to bear. Mhm. Daily also equals to bear. But like I said, because of where we are bouncing from, see the level where we are bouncing from, the 1.95 level, which has acted as supports in the past, and it's been a very good support actually. Because for you to bounce from 1.95 in trade order to 2.0 and even go a little bit above it, that's more than 500 pips. That's more than 500 pips. So it's been a strong level, and every time it bounces from there, it tends to go higher. It tends to push like really, really high, more than 500 pips. Anytime it bounces from 1.95, it's almost 700. This all 700. So if my analogy is right, okay, and this particular bounce fails, then we should expect a 500 pip drop to the downside. I trade with ranges, like I said, I trade with ranges. So if we fail at a particular level, I'm expecting the market to trade into the next level. It's not a must. The market has to do that, but that is the way I look at the markets. So with the daily also being bearish, now let me drop down to the 4-hour time frame, which I told you in the previous video that the 4-hour time frame becomes your direction for the week. Wait, I didn't do something on the daily. Forgot something. Let me go back. I totally forgot to check last month's high and low. Now, I mean, already this month, the euro has dropped. Sorry, already this month, the euro has dropped pretty significantly. Euro NZD actually drops nicely. It's dropped pretty significantly. Yeah. But then, you know, and the month is almost ending. It never touched last month's high. Let me make that green. It never touched last month's high. So we've not triggered none of the, I don't think we've triggered any of the liquidity levels I mostly mark from the previous month. Okay. So we triggered last month's low. This is last month's low. We tapped into it and then we had the bounce. But as to whether this particular bounce will be sustained, I don't think so. So let me go down to the 4-hour. So clearly you can see if I am bearish on the monthly, weekly, and daily, then I want to be selling the euro dollar and not buying it. Yeah, I want to be selling the euro dollar, not buying it. So let me see. We just started this week. Okay, I'm on the 4-hour. The 4-hour we just started this week, and currently the euro dollar is bullish on the 4-hour. So what I'm waiting for on the 4-hour this week is to see the 4-hour, shift direction, that break of structure on the 4-hour. When it does that, then I'll wait for a confirmation. Then boom, I short the euro because my weekly is bearish, my daily is bearish, my monthly is bearish. And so I want to be selling the euro dollar and not buying it. Sorry, the euro NZD and not buying it. So for now, I have to wait. Let me mark another level and see something. Hold on. See 1.975. Okay, we are pretty very, very close to 1.975. So I am thinking that this might be where we get I think the euro NZD might just do a flash into 1.975. Then we get a shift, then a confirmation, then we start rolling low. We start rolling lower. I'm not saying that is what is going to happen, but that is what I think is going to happen. That is what I foresee happening. So um, that's what I'm waiting for on the Euro NZD. That's what I'll be waiting for on the Euro NZD. Yes, guys, so that is my bias on the Euro NZD. My bias on the Euro NZD is a sell, especially for this week. So I'm going to be waiting and watching And from where we sit at the moment, it's two things. It's either the euro NZD would flash into 1.975, then give us a shift, or the shift might happen from here, get a confirmation, then boom, we start shorting it back to 1.95 next level target. That'll be my next level target when I start selling it. And if if we clear 1.95, then I would want to see it drop down to 1.90. That would be like about more than 500 pips. So more than a 500 pip drop on euro NZD coming up. Sell, let's say 500 pips, 500 pips. This is my gift to you guys this particular week. So just relax, wait for it. I don't do signals. I just when I have some free time, I look at the charts and I scan the currency markets or the crypto or the metals, whichever, or energy markets, and whichever opportunities I see over there, I try to call it out. So this is what I'm seeing on Euro NZD this particular week. I think is a very, 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 very clean opportunity, considering the fact that it's coming from the monthly. And I've not even done the macro, the fundamental analysis on this particular um currency pair at the moment, but I'll do it probably later. But even if I'm not to do the even if I'm not to look at the macro, the fundamental positioning of these two currencies, and I'm just basing my arguments on the technical direction of the markets, this market is heading to the downside. It's headed south, and so I would want to short it, not buy. And I know there are a lot of retail traders who are currently buying the euro NZD. It looks like there's a trend line break. It looks like. Can delete this now. Looks like there's a trend line break and there's a pullback into it. That's how I draw my trend lines though. I use the what's the name? I use the line chart. Yes. Let me see. Is there a 4 hour trend line? Let me go on the daily and or the weekly and see. Maybe there's some sort of a no. From where we sit there, I don't think there's any trend line. Think there's any trend line that's coinciding with where we sit at the moment. Okay, so drop down to the 4 hour. The 4 hour is my execution time frame for the week. Yeah, so like I told you, like I showed you guys, I am looking at selling euro NZD. I've given you all the potential things I'm looking for. So you can add euro NZD to your watch list for this quarter, let me say like that, or even for the week, okay? Because if we do clear this support that has been holding, this 1.95 area that has been holding for a very long time, if we clear it, it's going to drop huge. It's going to drop huge. All right, so have an amazing day. Stay safe, blessed. Love you all. Bye-bye.